Welcome, everybody. I am really, really grateful to have very special guest today with us. Her name is Guest. She's Mira, like me, but she has very great mission, and I'm very happy she can share it with you. On the beginning, I will ask Mira, please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Um, Thank you, Mira. Yes, we do have the same name, but we have a different last name. Yours is Mira Reiss, and mine is Mira Sai. But they're both beautiful. Thank you so much for inviting me on this wonderful platform to share some wisdom, which I hope all of you will enjoy and benefit from. So, first of all, let me say hello and heartfelt greetings to all the beautiful, divine souls who are listening to this podcast. I offer to you the sweet fragrance of divine love. I do hope that you will enjoy and benefit from just the wisdom and reflections that I'll share with you today. Mira has asked me to introduce myself, so I will try to be brief on that. I would say that very humbly, I look at myself as a mystic, living in this dream world, but not of it, knowing it is but a beautiful temporary dream. Right from the age of 11, I was asking for God to call me wherever He was. He probably wanted to have me experience the world in its myriad colors before bringing me into His awareness in totality. My worldly destiny brought me from India to America in 1973 for a holiday, which turned into a lifelong stay. I became the CEO of a successful business at the age of 24 in New York and went on to become a very successful financial advisor in Northern California for many years. Everything was going wonderful, etc. And in 1994, I had a fatal car accident, which while driving my 560 SL, was a Mercedes sports car, in which I died and entered the other side. My life changed 360 degrees. By divine will, on the other side, I gained the ultimate awareness of oneness with supreme consciousness. This brought about the knowing of universal truths and the ephemeral nature of the truth of life, our life. While on the other side, my spirit underwent a complete metamorphosis and rebirthed with an altered psyche and an entirely new life purpose. Upon my return to earth, knowing its temporary nature, I was completely detached from the world and the worldly. I walked away from my $1 million properties and high end lifestyle in California and moved to my Guru Sai Baba's ashram in India. I lived an ascetic life for about 5 years over there. And during this period, I also traveled to the Himalayas, spending many months meditating in sacred caves, bathing in freezing holy waters, having rare spiritual experiences, meeting very highly evolved souls and sages. So that was wonderful. I was later guided by my guru to start a non-profit organization and founded the Sai Global Foundation in 2001. I have been blessed to write a book of poetry titled Ecstasy, which has spiritual truths, and my experiential meditations in it. At present, I am also in the process of writing an autobiography of my near-death experience and Himalayan travels. This life journey has afforded me a wealth of experience in many varied areas, with the great blessings of the Lord, of God. My worldly experiences were replete with many trials and tribulations, as we all go through highs and lows, gains and losses, along with fame, fortune, and wealth. They brought forth my hidden strengths and monumental courage, which then culminated in the death accident, bringing with it my new life role. And, for me, after all that, I came to the realization of the non permanence of it all. and the truth of my own reality and the reality of all of existence. And this I can sum up in just one word, and that is love.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. It was great. I knew that it was better when you introduce yourself that we. Thank you. Thank you very,
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you, Mira. Thank you so much.
And could you please share with us your mission? What do you think? What is your true calling? Why you are here? And what you would like to fulfill in your life?
Okay, the mission. Well, when I was on the other side, there is nothing but pure love. Love that you cannot describe. You can't, it's not human love. It is just pure, unconditional love that is just love, as love is supposed to be. And I didn't want to come back, but I was sent back. I was told to go back to do the work. And the work is my mission now. And my mission has a divine vision to provide a platform for those of you seeking answers to the what and why of life and your own deeper purpose on this journey of life. The mission here is to create a safe, sacred environment where those seeking experience of the universal divine can come together. My foundation would offer guidance through prayer, meditation, study circles, retreats, and enriching recreational and holistic programs and workshops. I would take people on, different parts of the world, spiritual journeys. Also, where one would find solace and relief from the stress of daily life and learn and know how to rise above it into a more fulfilling, peaceful, and meaningful life. My prime goal in this mission is to tell you of this universal, unitary faith. This Atma is the soul, the spirit principle, which is the path of love. This duty of love, this obligation to love unconditionally, selflessly, without expectation, to revive the love within you that is intrinsic to you, your very own nature, your truth. So my basic mission is to bring forth that love that you are, to know who you are, why you are here, and to love, just to love, basically. So that's the mission,
Yeah,
Mira.
yeah, amazing. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I do love your mission. It's actually
Thank
similar
you.
like mine, to show, to support people to realize their true nature. Yeah, that we are already
Yes,
perfect, that we are full of love, we are actually love, that we are one,
yes,
all together. Thank you. I'm
yes.
very, very grateful you find the time for us. Okay, and now I have next question. Could you imagine, please, that you have opportunity to travel back in time? I know that it's possible when we are not in this physical body.
Yes, true. Very true, very true.
Yeah. So, and you can go there and find your younger version, and you have opportunity to give advice yourself. What it could be, please?
One of the major things that I would advise not only my younger self, but to all, not just to young, but to the adults too, is run, run away from bad company. You should never be in bad company. The reason being that you too will imbibe the bad qualities of your company. There is a saying, tell me your company, and I shall tell you what you are. Remember, you will be judged by the company you keep. Never be in bad company. Join good company. For example, if you take 10 gallons of milk and you add 1 gallon of water, it also becomes milk. The water that has no value gets value added to it once it is added to milk.
Yeah,
Then, if you take 10 gallons of water and if you mix 1 gallon of milk in it, the milk will lose its value.
yeah,
You see? So same way, similarly, if good people are in bad company, they will lose their value. just like the milk, you get lost in the water. 1 gallon of milk gets lost in 10 gallons of water. So you become that water, you see. So you lose your value. We should be in good company. Good company is required.
Mhm.
Only then would it be possible to have good qualities, good actions, good feelings, and a good heart.
Yeah.
I have seen people change radically depending on the company they keep. And here's the interesting thing. For me, in my humble estimation, this does not only apply to younger versions of ourselves, but even to our adult selves.
Yeah.
One has to be constantly vigilant as to what kind of influence or influences we are subjecting ourselves to. And here's the other thing. I don't really mean only the company of people that we should be vigilant or careful about. Here's the very important thing: what we subject ourselves to on all the levels, on all the levels of all our senses, is tantamount to the company we keep. I would add as company what we see on television or on the
Mhm.
internet, etc.
Yeah.
Let us also keep the company of positive sounds.
Yeah.
Sound vibration is very powerful. The universe was created by sound vibration. Sound, and you may or may not have seen this example, where they've done tests on plants, where they have two plants, and one plant is they play all kinds of loud and heavy and like negative, horrible kind of music, and on the other plant they play beautiful, harmonious, positive music. And the plant that got the very loud, horrible, negative kind of music just wilts and dies.
Yeah.
And the other plant that got the positive sound vibration, the music, just flowers and becomes amazing and grows. So if that happens to plants, think what would be happening to us, our insides.
Yeah.
You see? So another good nutritious food is extremely important to give company to our bodies. See, food is giving company to our bodies.
Yeah.
Let us go even further and make sure to keep the company of only good thoughts.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
if a bad thought enters your mind, let us reject it right away, as it is bad company for our entire physical, mental, and spiritual system. Thoughts are very powerful. What we think, we become. We all know that.
Yeah.
And here I will share a story with you. I'll share a story with you. There was a sage, like a saintly sage, and he was traveling in the woods. He was just kind of walking and doing his meditation and things like that. And it got night, and got very late, and he was still in the forest, and he realized, oh my goodness, it's late night. I need to find a place to sleep. And in the distance, he saw in the great distance, he saw a small hut with a light on. Very relieved, he went to the hut and he knocked at the door. And a man opened the door, and the sage asked him, if he could kind of take shelter for the night. And the man said, yes, yes, come in. Sage went in, and the man was, he had some food, so he gave the sage some food to eat and a place to sleep. And the sage ate and went to sleep. The next morning, when the sage woke up, he woke up very early. The other man was still sleeping. So, he decided to move on. And interestingly, as he was, leaving the place, he saw a knife in the kitchen area, in the cooking area. And for some reason, this thought came to the sage. That, oh my gosh, I have fruit, etc. People give me fruit, or when I buy fruit or pick up fruit or whatever, when I have fruit, eat fruit, I don't have a knife to cut the fruit. So I will just take this knife. He stole the knife. This is a sage, a saint. He
Yeah.
doesn't do
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
But he picked up the knife. He picked up the knife and he left. About an hour into his walk, going away, he had to go for his morning ablutions, and he had to relieve himself, all the food and everything of the
Yeah.
previous day. After he had relieved himself, he suddenly got the shock of his life, and he said, oh my God, what have I done? how could I steal something? How could I even dream of doing something like this? And he was so, I mean, upset with himself, and just so apologetic, and just upset. He went right back to that cottage, to that hut, and he knocked on the door, and the same man opened the door, and the sage returned the knife to the man, and he said, I'm so sorry I took this knife of yours. And he said, by the way, I was just curious, what do you do for a living? So the man, he looked at him, and he figured it doesn't matter. He says, oh, I'm a thief.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get the point.
yeah, yeah,
You see?
absolutely. Yeah,
So it's the food that he ate the night
yeah.
before.
Everything was,
Very important what we eat.
yeah, yeah,
That created the food, the energy of the food created the thought that, the person who cooked the food was a thief. So
yeah,
his thoughts were thief thoughts, if I may say so.
yeah, yeah,
And those thoughts went into him, and he reacted to that, and he stole. But when he relieved himself of the food, he came back to his own nature, and he
yeah,
says, oh my God. So therefore, whatever we that whatever company could mean, as I said earlier, all these different things. So
yeah,
let us run away from bad company on all levels. That's what I would say to the
yeah,
younger
yeah,
versions and to the adult versions, to everyone.
yeah.
Even as
Okay.
an adult, we can fall into bad company.
Yeah, it's really important, really, because actually we manifest the energy which we are receiving. We manifesting is outside, so it's like exchange of energy everywhere. Uh,
Exactly, because we imbibe it, and then
yeah,
it has to go out
yeah,
also. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so we actually started answer this